man.
So,
Rolling.
we rolling, man.
All right.
What's your name?
Sharif Janan. Otherwise, Reef or Reef Love.
Yeah,
Either
for
one.
real.
Yep. Either one.
So, I gotta ask you a question that I like to ask like all creatives and artists.
All right.
When did you know you had that juice, man? That like you had it, man. Like I wanna make something. I gotta create.
Man, I'd say. Okay, I watched Let It Shine as a kid. I was like 5th grade, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then I started, and it was terrible. And then I kept going a little bit. I had like a little notepad. I write like rhymes in it that I could come up with in 5th grade. And then it wasn't until like 6th grade where I met my teammate football. His name's Evan, and he was like already into like making songs on SoundCloud and stuff. He would put them out. Stayed at his house one night before a basketball game he had, and then he's like, "Let's make a song real quick." And then honestly, like, that's probably the time I can remember. I was like,
"You can do that."
Yeah,
for real. When you're like creating and making music and art, do you kind of feel like you're back in that mode of like 6th grade Reef? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just pure like essence, it's creation, you know?
Yeah, it definitely brings me back every time, especially once the finished product comes together. It's like you remember what you do it for, you remember like how you started, so
yeah,
it's always rewarding.
Exactly. If you could go back in time and tell like 6th grade Reef, like the second he picked up the mic, before he even sang, and then boom, like a portal opens up and you walk through.
Okay.
What are you saying to him?
Ooh. I would just be like, I'd be real mysterious about it. I'd just walk in and be like, keep going. Just walk out.
For real, because you can't say too much.
I don't want to ruin anything, you know. I can't alter the timelines.
For real. Do you feel like sometimes as a creative, one day you can be your biggest fan, and then the next day like be your biggest critic and like biggest hater? You know?
Ooh, you asked the right person for that. Yes, it happens all the time. Like, I feel like there are days where like I make something and I'm like, this is the best piece of art I've ever made. And then there's another day where I'm like, I should quit. I should apply. It's LinkedIn.
Yeah. It's real, man.
It's LinkedIn. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But I feel like without that, I feel like it doesn't keep you honest in a way. Without that feeling a little bit of like, I don't know, I'm a harsh critic on myself. I've always been told that, even in sports. Like, I've always been like that, and I think that it's a gift and a curse sometimes. So like, I always want to push for more and better, but also appreciating and recognizing you aren't getting well enough. So,
I feel like that's very important to recognize as a creative, because I feel like sometimes we can get in this mode where we can get in tunnel vision for like 6+ months, and then it won't be until like month 6 we're like, dang, in month 3 I did this, month 4 I did that, and month 5 I did that. And it's true, because like during those 3 months you're like, anything you make you're just like, all right, we're done, next project, you gotta do bigger, harder, stronger, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I was talking to an older creative about it actually, and he's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just something that like, it's just always gonna be there, you know? It's something you never grow out of. Well, I wouldn't even say grow out of, like it's an issue that you need to let go, because like you said, it's a good thing, because sometimes like as creatives we can be too harsh on ourselves, and then also like as creatives we're the only real ones in the room. You know, you've been in a room where you show people something like, everybody likes it, and you're like, you're like, I don't know, like, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just like a fine line to thread sometimes. You know,
most definitely.
Do you feel like it's easy to combine your art with your faith? You know, because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because like with artists, I see that a lot. Like that's a conversation. About like how do you like balance? Not even balance it, because it is your art, but you get what I'm trying to say. You know, and even me, because I'm a Christian. Like my dad's a pastor. You're in my crib right now. But like it's way different for me because I'm not making like Christian music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for me to say, yeah, like I walk with God in my work and this and that.
Yeah.
You're actually making music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole other caveat in that.
Yeah.
You know, so what's that like for you, man?
Oh man, it's tough. I would say it's because I've seen both sides. Because before I started making Christian music, I would just put out regular like R&B stuff, stuff before, and like I would always have a thing about like cursing on music. I didn't like to curse.
Yeah.
Like, even when I started in 6th grade, I just didn't like to.
Yeah.
And like it never came from like a moral type of thing.
Yeah.
It was just like
yeah. Like come on.
But once like it hit me in a weird way. I was working on a whole album. Like this is 2022. I can't get 6. I'm so old.
Dang.
This is 2022, freshman year of college. I'm working on like R&B, like my first like R&B type of thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm also playing sports at the time. But I had finished my 3rd single that I was gonna put out.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to it. Yeah, this is around the same time I was getting closer with God and everything. Because I wasn't always like that. Like I grew up in a faith-based family.
Yeah.
Like you know how life goes. Like
yeah.
Growing up in it.
Yeah.
I was an athlete full time.
Exactly.
Weekend you're gone most of the time, so we just didn't go to church as much. But I found my way back in college, but it just hit me one day where I was like man, I could be saying something a little, better with my with the art and everything. And I feel like it was a conviction at the time. Like early on, I was just like, because the song wasn't bad. It's not the worst I've heard, but like, as far as like content goes. But like, I was more talking just about like my experience with women at the time.
Yeah.
This and that. And I was like, man, I could push a better message. And then since then, it's kind of sparked that in me to kind of switch to the Christian rap lane. Yeah, I'd say Christian R&B, whatever you want to call it. But it's so hard to navigate that because, like, I'm still learning how to navigate it because you don't want to sacrifice authenticity for just putting up a cookie cutter message that the other Christians will like and hear.
Gravitate, yeah.
And you also, you get the artists that like talk about other things and you see them get scrutinized in the Christian space. Christian space is very inviting, but it's also very like cutthroat sometimes. It is,
especially if like
go ahead.
Especially like if you weren't like raised like in a Christian household. Yeah. It can kind of be like jarring sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
definitely jarring. And it's a constant like line between like, am I doing this to please self or doing this to
please him?
Right. And like it's a tough line. It's a tough line. I struggle with it all the time because there's so much I want to say with music and there's so much I've been through that I think that's a part of my testimony on that. But when it comes to writing the music, like I could honestly write an R&B gospel song and just put it out and just have kind of generic lyrics and all that. But it's like, if I tell my story, if I tell you it all, will they still
listen?
Right. So that's the piece that
it's like the dilemma. Yeah. I feel you because like, especially like let's use like TikTok for instance. Like everyone knows about the hook, and I get what you're saying. Like if your hook isn't automatically like come like with the cookie cutter, you know what I mean? Like, calling like Satan your stuff like that, if it's really like, this is me, you're still like testimony.
Yeah. But
this is what you're putting in front. It would be crazy. Like, will they really like still, like, man, that's a scary thought. Even me think, I'm like, bro, like that's scary to think about, man.
It is.
Because like you said, like the Christian space, like they can like turn on you like in an instant like that. And I would say that's one thing I do appreciate about your art and just like listening to your music and like seeing how you move from afar, like because like I know it's ironic saying this because my dad's a whole pastor, but like it never seems like you're like preaching, and not that it's a bad like because you want to preach, right. But you know what I mean by preaching, like it's like always inviting. If I wasn't like a Christian and I saw your music come across my page, or I was listening to your song, I wouldn't feel like you were pointing a finger, like telling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can feel like, you know how like Jesus was all about like caring and sharing the message and like having, like that's the energy I get from your music.
Thank you.
You know, and if I can get that energy from your music, someone whose dad's like a pastor, grew up in the church, like 20 plus, then I know like the average person can listen to your music and still feel the spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I would say like personally, like yeah, man, like Reef, you're a good person. You have good energy. You have good light. So your testimony, people will gravitate towards. And then even at first, if they don't, you know, like eventually they will, man.
Right.
You know, because I will say like you're doing this for a reason. You started this like 2022.
Yeah.
You feel me? Doing R&B, regular R&B. You were hooping. And I'm not saying out of nowhere, like out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, you start doing Christian R&B.
Right.
You stop hooping.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're serious about this.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like the reason why the fruits of your labor are starting to like come in is because you're serious about it. You know, so, and the fact that you even feel conviction is a strong feeling.
Yeah.
You only feel conviction when you care about something.
Right.
You know, which leads me to my next question.
All right.
Do you ever feel like your motives and your care for your art, does it ever come into question, not from you, but from outside forces or outside people? You know, like let's say I don't want to play basketball anymore to focus on like Christian R&B.
Yeah.
When you make those decisions, are the people around, the people who hear this, are they like, how do they view it? How do they view your art?
And I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by like biblical support, and just like brotherhood and love.
Yeah.
And when I made those big decisions and stuff, like they were inviting or welcoming, all that. And when it comes to my art, like they all, they'll keep it real. They're like, hey, you can keep that one in the vault. But
Yeah,
sometimes,
for real.
Sometimes, like they you can really tell, like if a song really touches somebody, like a friend group or family or something like that. Like those are the moments that I can really like before everything. And I think that since switching over, kind of like taking this more serious, it's been nothing but a backbone for me to lean on.
Yeah.
So I would say it's perfect. Honestly.
Yeah. I agree with that. As a creative, having support does so much. Like coming up and you hear stories from other creators where like sometimes they didn't have all the support, and then you compare it to like your own story, and you're just like, dang, it is kind of like different, you know? Cause I never at a point in my life presented like anything like artwork related to like my folks or my friends, and was like that's stupid, you know? And then you don't realize till you get to this age that that's a blessing, because at, you know, in 5th, 6th grade you had the confidence to make a song with your friend.
Yeah.
You now at 22 have the confidence to make a song, upload it, post it. You know, you don't really realize what that does for you until you become an adult. You know, do you ever feel like creativity? How do I phrase this? My bad, Reef.
You're good.
Do you ever feel like creatives kind of seek validation from creative burnout? So, because I know we can get in this mode where, I don't mean seek out like in a negative way, like, but for ourselves. Whereas like Reef, you just had a long day at work, you're tired, you gotta go to bed. But nah, if I don't record like this verse or write this down right, I'm not in the grind mode, you know what I'm saying? We working.
Yeah, okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But like you do need a break. Sometimes you do need to step away. So you need to just be with the Father sometimes. You feel me?
Yeah.
So do you feel like sometimes as creatives we kind of, in a negative way, try to, I call it like, let's say like Kanye mode. You know what I mean? Try to get in that mode, just
like throw yourself into it almost.
Yeah, unhealthily.
Yeah, I feel like that balance that you were talking about. Like sometimes it's, you gotta just be with the Father. You gotta just chill. You have to just almost like see life and then like live life, and that's where I get inspiration from. I feel like a lot of times if you just zone in, yeah, some good can come out of it, but I think the best art comes from lived experiences and going through stuff and seeing things for what they are, and then putting it in the art. So I'm always about taking time and like
I gotta get like you.
Yeah, taking time off. Like, all right, 1 to 2 months, I'm just relaxing. I'm just gonna be doing whatever, and then I'll come back to it. But it's definitely tough because I have been on the other side where like it almost turned into an idol a little bit of like wanting to constantly work, and all of a sudden you forget like, dang, I haven't done this in a couple days. I haven't checked on the road in a couple of days. So
Reef.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, like, and like this is a message to all creatives, like, bro, like what we do is special. Like, it's our goal, like it's our reason for life. But the same way we have this for our art, the bro might feel the same way about his profession and what he's doing. So, you know, just cause like we in our mode and like he said, like, bro, check on it, you know what I mean? Go for a walk. Oh, walk. I'm so sure my words are crazy.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, go do something, you know, something else, because then you'll get inspired, you know. It kind of feeds back into like kind of the voice we talked about, like your own worst critic. Like, nah, man, you should be working right now. Like,
song a day,
song a day. Which is
creators posting every day. You haven't posted TikTok today or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like,
comparison is the thief of joy. You feel me? Like, especially like when you gotta realize that everything we see, even like what you post to what I post, everything we post content wise is edited. So if I go look at someone who has 900K followers, of course, like, you know, they post in the bunch, their quality is great, you know, they're edited, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to have that, like, duh, they got 900K followers. You know, they had 90 followers at one point.
Yeah.
You know, that's another, I would say, like, sin of a creative is comparison, man.
Comparison is thief.
Ooh. Even unintentionally, you feel me? Like, you'll hear stories of, like, for me, it'll be like, I'll, like, listen to stories about, like, Ryan Coogler, or, like, Spike Lee.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like, 23 first film, you know, I was working on this set and I met such and such. He gave me the number, and now I'm the producer, director, and then that, and I'm thinking, dang, I'm 22. Yeah. All I got is a movie with PBS. Like, shoot, like I need to just pack up my car and drive to Atlanta. Right. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's Ryan Coogler's story. Right. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like the Frank Ocean story. This is the Reef story. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we all got our own paths and as creatives to walk on. And yeah, I just feel like the more you compare, the time you spend comparing, that's time you could be creating.
Sure.
You know. And I want to ask you, who is your biggest influence? Ooh. Okay, we'll do creatively.
Okay.
And then we'll do like in real life. No, not real life. But you know what I mean, like influence in general.
Yeah.
Like, you just shout them out, big ups to them. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Okay. There's so many. I'm gonna go like, I got like 3 sections.
Okay.
Just like on some like little kid, like, I looked up to this guy, Chris Brown.
Oh really?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you
I
know
was
what?
8. I was 5th grade. I saw the Wall to Wall music video. That's all I needed to see.
Hey, for real. Yep. Come on.
Cool. Like, yeah, just sing, dance, and just like that whole energy behind it. I just love that aspect of performance and all that. As far as like my influences goes, like as far as art, sound wise, it's hard because a lot of artists like to like patent themselves on versatility and like I can make this type of song and this type of song, and I'm one of them. So like,
for real.
Like rap, there's so many rap influences that I really like. It's also an interesting thing because as a Christian artist now, labeled I guess wise, like you have a lot of Christian artists that you hear inspiration from in a secular space or whatever.
Exactly.
And I would say rap wise, there's Gunna, there's Don Toliver, there's the Bryson, the Drakes of the world, R&B, there's countless, Brent Fayez, there's Summit Blast, there's another one.
I see all of those.
I like to.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
The flow I hear the most, like rap wise, is Gunna.
Yeah.
I really hear. I'm glad you said that. I really.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
This next album is going to be a lot reminiscent of that type of sound. So, yeah. And it's just another side I like to peel off. Like,
yeah.
I've shown, as of late, before my most recent singles came out, it's been a lot of West Coast, kind of like R&B type of sound and stuff.
Yeah.
And that came from more Bryson, Blast, and like another one's Black.
Or 6 Lack or whatever you say.
Like, I love the way they like rap and sing. They do like
combine.
Yeah, they combine it. They can stretch their voice sometimes, and then sometimes they just reel it back and they sit in the pocket. So I love how they do that. But yeah, this newer sound I'm going for is definitely more rap, more Reef. So it's
overly,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Third section though, it's more like film stuff, and that's just like.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now this is what I want to hear. Yeah. Let me know.
Okay, so content wise, a lot of people don't know I edit most of my own content.
Okay.
Creative direct most of them. Usually just me, friend. You've done some stuff with me sometimes, like me and a friend, and we just knock it out. And film wise, I love the like editorial like shoots and turning those like picture shoots into videos. That's like my favorite thing.
Okay.
It's like a cool picture that you see, and I'm like, okay, how do I make that look like that in a video? That's where I get my ideas from and stuff. So.
Okay. I feel you. So like, for instance, like if you're like on Pinterest or on IG, you like see one of those like cool like photo. I get what you're saying. You're like, all right, bet we're putting that in the music video. Like, how can we recreate that?
Yes,
literally, man.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You see my Pinterest board, you're like, oh.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next influence.
Okay.
Just like the general, like in real life, like who has influenced you the most?
That is hard. There's so many, just be grounded, like real life, just people around. Man, I can go teammates that were older that came in. I can go family, of course. But I would just say, I gotta go with my mom. I gotta go with my mom, man. Like, I gotta go with my mom.
Shout out my beats.
Yeah. Influence, strength, just like the why, the reason that's what's for. So yeah.
That's a great answer, man. Shout out moms. Hug your mom today.
Shout out moms.
Hug your mom today.
Yep.
What is your biggest creative goal? Right? So obviously, like, not in a morbid way, but if like Reef were to go to like today, right? But no, not today. That sounds bad. But like if Reef were to go like 10 years,
okay,
you know what I mean? What do you want like to be like? That was Reef's like, you know,
creative goal.
Also, because I said goal, like you can't go today. Like you
gotta get there.
So that also like your like the big one, like the one that you say that's like,
okay.
Yeah.
10 years from now, I got one. It's far fetched, but in 10 years, I think it'll be doable. Biggest creative, I guess, goal for my art and everything. I got like two. I got two. So I want to make a studio album. So not just like something that, I make in a room or some in-house producer or something like that. Like real, like curated, like
studio time. Producers are in there. This is the budget.
Yes, like a real studio album. with some names. Some names in the future as well. Some names. Just go out Friday for one of them. A lot of Friday music. But biggest one though, a lot of Christian artists been getting on the Rolling Loud on the set as of recently. And 10 years from now, I want to be on that list.
Bro, I say 5 years from now, I can see you on Rolling Loud. You feel me?
One day.
No, like I'm gonna be for real. Like when I think about people from Aurora, I think about you, and I think about Chris.
Yeah. And
the thing that sticks out the most about you and Chris to me is that you guys actually like take it seriously, bro.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying I see you on Rolling 5, that's I'm not trying to be like, yeah, bro. Like no. You feel me? That's even like when you said like your biggest goal in 10 years of studio album. I'm like, shoot. Low key, like I said, next few years for you, bro. I'm like you know?
Yeah.
Cause it's just like this, bro. We're in my basement on like a random Wednesday, like talking about creativity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cause just you care. You know, not everyone does that, but you know. So it's like I can definitely see it. Dang, yeah. Studio album, Rolling Loud. Those are two great goals. And then last question.
Yeah.
If you could give any creative starting today any advice, what would you give?
Man, okay. Any creative advice. I would say at all times, like, just know why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. All times, know why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. I think as long as you know those, one, you'll have motivation, which is what some creators starting out kind of struggle with, like just getting started a lot of the times. But if you know that why and who you're doing it for, that gets you up in the morning. That gets you going. And it also keeps you grounded and not getting caught up in numbers, results, good or bad, honestly, because you just know, well, I'm not doing this for the 100 views or 100K views or 100 likes and 2 likes. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for people I started out with. I'm doing it for whatever, the little kid in me. I'm doing whatever it is. Knowing who, why. That's gotta be my piece of advice. Yeah.
Dang. Reef, ladies and gentlemen, come on.
And shout out CJ.
Man, shout out Reef, man, for even pulling up. That last, wow. Not even just everything you said, man. Wow, this is only the third conversation I've had with a creative on film in like the last 3 weeks. And it's just so interesting. We all say the same things, but so differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so weird. Not weird, but you know, it's like eye-opening. Yeah. It's like, man, a 78-year-old painter could sit down and he's saying the same thing we saying, man. Right. God is amazing. God is amazing.
Amen. Keep God first, man.
Put God first. God actually is amazing, bro. Let me tell you.